Well, I think the British government's inaction when it comes to the Northern Ireland Protocol, having talked about triggering Article 16 so many times, but simply not doing anything, has led some to now supporting the Reform Party. Clive, a member on the channel, and you can see he's got the flag next to his name there. Do support the channel by hitting the join button. See the link in the top pinned comment. You'll get the flag next to your name. But Clive's talking about perhaps the Reform Party being the answer. And, you know, when it comes to what has gone on recently, Liz Truss laying out herself that for 18 months you've seen negotiations first with Lord Frost, then with Truss herself with the EU that have gone absolutely nowhere. Let's be absolutely clear that the EU still are outright refusing to renegotiate the protocol. So, therefore, you've got the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill finally being published yesterday. And frankly, it ain't that radical. See what you think. I think some of the reaction to this has been completely over the top and balmy. And you'll note, of course, that a lot of the opposition to this came before the bill was even published. So when people oppose a bill before they've even read it, I think that's always the sign of an idiot. But as the government lay out, the legislation enables the government to bring forward solutions in 4 key areas, including green and red channels to remove unnecessary costs and paperwork. Businesses to have the choice of placing goods on the market in Northern Ireland according to either UK or EU goods rules. To ensure Northern Ireland consumers are not prevented from buying UK standard goods. Ensure Northern Ireland can benefit from the tax breaks and spending policies of the rest of the UK, including VAT cuts and COVID recovery loans. And normalising governance arrangements so that disputes resolved by an independent arbitration and not by the European Court of Justice. I mean, to me, that is just common sense. It's not exactly radical, is it? But look, this clearly is going to be scrutinised very closely by Brexiteer MPs. Christopher Hope of the story, for instance, that the ERG of Brexiteer Conservative MPs reappointing the Star Chamber to go through all of this. ERG Chairman Mark Francois telling Christopher Hope that the devil is often in the detail, so they're reconvening the ERG Star Chamber of expert lawyers, chaired as before by Sir Bill Cash, and including the likes of Martin Howe QC and Barney Reynolds, saying just as they did with the original withdrawal agreement and the subsequent trade and cooperation agreement, the Star Chamber will now examine this new bill line by line to ensure that it is not only legally sound but fully restores the sovereignty of UK law in Northern Ireland as an integral part of the UK. And you've had the DUP, of course, come out and say they're going to consider the proposals against their 7 tests. Here is what Sir Geoffrey Donaldson, the DUP leader, had to say yesterday. Watch this and then let me know in the comments below what you make of the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill.
So we will consider these proposals against our 7 tests to determine if they meet what is required to achieve the objectives, which is, of course, to restore Northern Ireland's place within the UK internal market, to remove the barriers to trade within the UK, and to enable us then to restore the political institutions. But this institution in the Assembly can only be restored on the basis of a cross-community consensus. Majority rule will not cut it. That's what unionists were told over all the years. You cannot, in a divided society, operate on the basis of majority rule. So to the Alliance, the SDLP and Sinn Féin, who have written this letter, they need to recognise that these institutions can only function with the consent and support of unionists. Not a single Assembly member elected here at Stormont supports the protocol, and that issue needs to be dealt with. And in the absence of an agreement with the EU, then the UK government is right to act, and we look forward to giving full consideration to this legislation.